Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to go a bit further and do actual stuff which will lead us to a complete game. So first I'm going to modify our Sudoku generator because we generate a grid, but it consists with all the numbers. So let's make a function which will remove the unnecessary elements. So let's make a public with which gets back an integer, array of integer, and let's call this remove. I can't type. Remove elements, and it gets a Sudoku. Yeah. Let's define a variable, and let me take a look. Let's remove about, I don't know, 30 elements. So we will do this with a while cycle. While e is smaller than 30, then randomize x and y values, and if they are in our grid and not previously removed, then we will remove it. So if first int x equals, we have a random. Okay, so rand dot next int in 9, and same for the y value, rand dot next int 9. And as I've said, if Sudoku x and y not equals 0, which is not a valid number in Sudoku, then Sudoku x y equals 0, and don't forget to increment our e, because otherwise it's going to be an infinite cycle, and give back the Sudoku. Okay, this is going to work. So in our game engine where we generate the grid, then it's just Sudoku equals Sudoku generator get instance dot remove elements and give it the Sudoku. Let's test this. In a few moments we will see it. As you can see, there are lots of zeros, but we don't want them to be shown. So go to Sudoku cell where we draw the numbers, and before draw text, just if get value not equals 0, just then paint the text. Just run it again to show you that this is working. As you can see, we no longer see zeros. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to create a new class package with the name of buttons grid, and I'm going to create a bit more organized thing. So I'm going to create a new package inside the view class, which we will call buttons grid, and I'm also going to create a new package to Sudoku grid, and I'm going to put all these to Sudoku grid. Yeah, update the references, and inside buttons grid I'm going to create two new classes, which is number button and the other is buttons grid view. So for now, first let's do the number button. It extends a button and implements an on-click listener. Import everything, import the view.onClick listener, and we need a second with an attribute set, because this way we can just simply, no, we don't really need, but it's good enough. So what we have to implement, the onClick method, and we also need an onDraw method, but I'm not sure in the onClick method. But let's move on to the buttons grid view, which is going to be really the same as it was in the Sudoku grid view. So let's make constructor view with a context and an attribute set. Import them, give it back to the superclass, and we need to make another inner class, which is going to be our buttons grid view adapter. Actually, my namings are not the best, because if you have a lot of classes in this row, then most of the times you just see Sudoku and you don't know what is that. So move on. Let's make a adapter class. I did previously use array adapter, but actually it's not, in this case it's not really necessary, so I'm just going to use base adapter and import, and let's do the unimplemented method. First off, I'm going to change the get count to 10, because we need numbers from 1 to 9 and a delete. I think that's all we have. Remove these unnecessary lines, and here we are going to use layout inflator. Just So let's do this. So get the view from the convert view, and if it's null, then we have to inflate it. So layout inflator, let's call it inflator equals activity context dot get layout inflator. Oh yeah, and we also need to, what's the problem? Oh, we need to create a constructor to get the context. So private context, this is the variable we will store, and the constructor context, and this dot context equals context, and remove this duplicate. Buttons grid view. I forgot. Extends grid view. Okay, so continue. So next is going to be that we inflate air dot layout dot air dot layout dot button. No, actually I did no, let me look into this. Where, oh, I made a layout. Oh, I know why. Because in layout inflator I used a layout for my number button. So go to layout, create a new other Android XML layout file. Let's call this button, and just delete all of this. It's called why is this so slow? So here you can see the number button. Give it an ID, which is going to be, I don't know, plus ID slash button, just to be sure that we don't miss it. Android.layout width is going to be match parent. Android.layout height is going to be wrap content. And also I move this up and just close it. So going back to here, we now will see the button, and the view is going to be his parent, and we don't need a third parameter. So we now create a number button. Let's call this button, because as you can see we inflated a view, so we need to convert it to to our number button class. So let's make it per button. We casted it and set the ID of position. For now I'm just going to set the text of the position +1. So button.set text string.value of, because we have integer as a position, +1. Yeah, ish, and return the button, otherwise return the view. Okay, we need to mix. No, I think it should work, but I'm not really sure what's going to be like. Oh, we forgot to add it to our main activity, so just drag and drop it if my system doesn't crash. So custom libraries, and we need a buttons grid view, but it's crashed, so we'll make it the not lazy way. So let's add an ID, which is going to be, I don't know, buttons grid view. It's going to be good enough. Buttons grid view. The width is going to be match parent. Height is going to be wrap content. It is going to be below the Sudoku grid view at plus id slash Sudoku grid view, and the number of columns is going to be 6. Now let's see what we will have here. Okay, use this for the same, and we see nothing, which is because because we made a I'm going to close this, because we made a grid view. We made a grid view adapter, but we didn't attach the grid view adapter. So buttons grid view adapter is going to equal new buttons grid view adapter with a context, and set adapter and this is going to be grid view adapter. So now we should see something, I hope so. Oh my gosh, what was your problem? Oh, I think we need we need a third parameter. Attached to root. I think this is the problem, but maybe not. Yeah, this is. So as you can see, we have the numbers, but we have 10, which is going to be the delete button. So let's just change a bit. So if position not equals 9, so anything below that or more, but we made it 10, so we won't go too much further. So paste this and change the text to, I don't know, delete. Oh, that's not so nice. Let's okay, let's change the button, the text size a bit smaller, like, I don't know, 10. I don't know what means big or not. Okay, it's good. Okay, I think it's enough for this episode. In the next episode we will start working on how to put these numbers in the correct places. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, do whatever you want.